someone, I'm not getting opinions, I'm not holding lengthy meetings. That's okay to do. But it's not okay if I sat down and, and did a whole thing with someone about their strategy on this or their opinions on that, or, things like that. It would be okay for me to go there and pick up budget information. How much have you allocated for repairs for the places in Washington Heights and Inwood?
You can do that, but you can't do that in your capacity as vice chair.
Chair, exactly, right.
If anyone can talk to anyone who's willing to talk
To them, exactly.
Right.
But the GDS thing is obviously, and your role in that is obviously as chair of the housing committee, and they have to come here.
So one thing I want to
They have to
clarify
come here.
is that while we have reviewed, first of all, the only reason why we reviewed the matter of the GDS tenancy was because they issued the eviction.
Mhm.
The matter and the purview that this committee held was related to the governance of the building, because DHS is the charge for that building. They are listed as the deed holder by the city of New York for that building. That reviewing the governance of the entire facility was the original intention. Unfortunately, they issued the eviction midway,
Yes.
and so we had to look at that. However, the overall follow-up goes back to the governance of the building.
Yes.
So, yes, the GDS matter is charged and still weighs in the balance, but what is still the primary focus is why is
Governance.
this building being governance contrary to what the contract outlines,
But you
right?
shouldn't be meeting privately with them.
So, I like to operate by consensus, and so that is the purpose of bringing it to this committee, to inform the committee, this is where DHS is putting it, and seemingly from what I'm hearing from the committee, the consensus here is that that's not appropriate and should not be happening. And so I will go forward with that information and inform them of exactly that. Yes.
No, I was just curious if that meeting were to occur, protect the integrity of what's said there, are you allowed to record that meeting?
They would never do that. They would never do that.
What was the question? Sorry, I couldn't hear all the way.
No,
They
I was just
wouldn't do
saying
that.
to protect the integrity of the meeting, he said, she said, we didn't say this, we didn't say that. If
I-
we'd be allowed to record it.
I mean, you're allowed to record any meeting.
I was
in
gonna
years-
say that.
years.
So I'm an advocate of what is the, what is it called, the one party?
Yeah,
The one party rule, which is basically
Recording.
as long as one person that is party to a conversation is aware that that recording is happening, that conversation can be recorded without the knowledge of any of the other parties.
in New York
Right?
State.
That's New York
Right.
State.
Yes.
Don't bring that to every other state, because it may not apply. There's a list online that you can Google to find out which one is which, but it
So-
certainly applies here. But as chair of Housing and Human Services, I don't know that I would do that. Go to a city meeting and record the city agency as the city agency.
So
Yeah.
if I may just interject, it is actually illegal to record within a government agency.
There you go.
building.
Thank you.
This is something that I've had to personally look into.
Really?
And although, yes, there is throughout the entire state the one-party rule, it does not apply when you go into a government agency building. If they tell you that you are going into a specific meeting, especially with government officials, you could very well be put in jail.
Okay, so I want to
I'm gonna ask you
clarify,
something about
not just the officials, but for anyone going into a government building and recording is illegal?
You can't go inside those buildings and record.
Thank
You can record a government official though if you're not inside those buildings. It's
Yeah,
Yeah, but if
That's
it's in
different.
the building.
they're gonna bring her, of course, to their office, and that's what they want. And I'm not saying like I disagree. Like you can definitely do it outside, but they're not gonna let that happen.
I mean, if you ask for their permission, then it's okay. If both parties,